Good evening, good evening, good evening, the Stephanie Humphrey channel listeners and the Stephanie Humphrey podcast listeners. How are you all doing this evening? Woo, woo, it's Democratic National Convention time. How y'all doing? I'm doing all right myself. I'm doing pretty good. So welcome to Sip and Say with Stephanie. Hey, 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 hey. So y'all know how I'm doing, right? Like I'm partying. It's been a party all week long, y'all. I've been watching most of, or a good portion, I ain't gonna say most of, but a good portion of the Democratic National Convention. I'm going to talk about that at the end. This is going to be a short show on tonight, y'all, because it's Democratic National Convention time, and I want to be present, not virtually present to enjoy and participate in the festivities. And so, so it's going to be nice and short, y'all. So let me first ask you, how are you all doing today? How are you doing naturally, right? How are you doing spiritually? How are you doing mentally? How are you doing physically? How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing socially? How are you all doing, y'all? I'm doing good from my head to my shoes, or the soles on my feet, as we say in the church, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. I'm feeling good. Yes, I am. So I'm feeling good tonight, y'all. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel amazing. I'm about to crack open this bottle of muscadine. Hallelujah. 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 It's alcohol free, praise God. But I'm about to crack it. Look, I probably need to put my glass on. I should have bought some scissors over here. But I'm about to crack open this bottle. That's how I'm doing tonight, y'all. This bottle of muscadine. And I'm going to sip tonight on my muscadine. I actually bought let me take a sip of my water, because I actually bought my water tonight. So I am sipping on some water. But I got my muscadine as well. What are y'all sipping on tonight? It's Sip and Say with Stephanie. It is the 4th Thursday in the month. So what are you all sipping on? I'm sipping on water, and I'm sipping on, about to open this bottle of alcohol of what they call it? No, did they call it alcohol free? Yes, alcohol free, because it all goes through the fermentation process. It was explained to me how this works, but I don't remember because it really didn't matter to me. Y'all, praise God. So I'm gonna be sipping on this muscadine in just a few minutes. So you all add it to the chat. If you're listening to the rebroadcast and you're sipping, then just let me know what you're sipping. I am about to move I bought my cloth, because y'all know I'm clumsy, so I can pour my muscadine. Hallelujah. Y'all, I haven't had any of this is one of my last 2 bottles of muscadine. When I went to the winery, I went home a couple of weeks ago. I ended up not going to the winery, so I don't have any. This is my second to the last bottle, so this bottle gonna be gone before the night's over. I feel that in my shanana, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pour my muscadine. Even though this is alcohol free, I still pour it the same, like I'm really drinking some alcohol, because I think I'm fancy, praise God. Even though I fill up the whole thing, like when they be pouring theirs, they be filling up a little at the bottom. Since it's alcohol free, I pour the whole glass, not the whole. Yeah, I fill up the glass as much as possible without me spilling, because I'm clumsy, praise the Lord. So what we told y'all, get y'all sip. So hey, Uncle Darnell, he said he's drinking on some H2O. I'm gonna put this down so I won't spill it. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to get you all a sip, because we're gonna toast tonight. Before I share Black Joy, tonight is all about Black Joy. I don't have any news except Black Joy news. That's what we're sharing tonight. Some just amazing things that our young people are doing around the world. That's what I'm doing tonight. Black Joy tonight. And then I'll give you a little bit of information about the Democratic National Convention. I did it again. Yeah, my podcast stopped, but it's okay. So my podcast, I got to start over for my podcast listeners. So y'all about to get this twice. Welcome to Sip and Say with Stephanie. So how y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the Stephanie Humphrey podcast and the Stephanie Humphrey channel. How are you all doing tonight? I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Praise the Lord. How are you all doing socially? physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I am doing amazing. And so you all let me know what you're sipping on. I'm going to give you like another minute and a half to get your sip so that we can toast. We're just celebrating. Tonight is a night of celebration. We're just going to celebrate. We all know what the news is around the world. Like, we watch the news. Some of us watch the news more than we should watch the news. We watching the news 5, 4, 6, 10, 25, 24, 32 hours a day, even though it's only 24 hours in a day. We watching the news, seeing what's going on. Nothing wrong with that. So tonight, again, I'm going to share everything Black joy tonight. Black joy, Black joy, Black joy. Sharing some things about what our young people are doing around the world. And then I will talk about the Democratic National Convention at the end. That should be enough time for you to get your sip. I am sipping on water tonight and my alcohol-free muscadine. If you have a glass, cup, water bottle, whatever you got, juice box, go ahead and raise that. What are we going to toast to tonight? So we are toasting to Black joy. We are toasting to peace. We are toasting to joy. I already said joy, but I said Black joy, not this joy for everybody. We're toasting to love. We are toasting to a merry heart and laughter. We are toasting to great success on November 5th when the tally comes forth. And we hear President Kamala Harris is the new president of the United States of America, and Vice President Tim Walz is Vice President of the United States of America. We toasting to all of that in advance. Salute. And you all, I don't think my endorsement as Stephanie Humphrey is totally for Vice President Kamala Harris, because I feel like she's not perfect. She has got some things wrong, but she's got a lot of things right. And I believe that she is the better candidate to lead this country in the next 4 years and the next 8 years. I have seen the things that her and President Joe Biden have done together, the Biden-Harris administration, capping insulin for seniors at $35, the infrastructure bill, not reducing, but eliminating student debt in the millions of dollars for student borrowers. The Recovery Act got implemented, and some other things that I can't think of at the moment, but they have worked tirelessly, in my opinion, to do what is best for America, for the citizens of America. Now, I do recognize that there are a lot of Black people that say President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris has not done anything for Black people. And my thought about that is President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are not just president and vice president of Black people. They are president of everybody. Black, white, Asian, American, Islander, Islander, Pacific, Latino, and every other culture and group that I can't think of right now. They are president and vice president of the Christians, of the Muslims, of those that serve Buddha, the atheists, the LGBTIQ community. They're president and vice president of everybody. Okay, we can't pick and choose which group of people they're going to do for or not. Like, they're vice president and president of everybody. So they're trying to meet the needs, or they have met the needs. They're trying to and have met the needs of hundreds of millions of Americans. They may not have met your needs specifically, and that if they haven't, I'm sorry about that. But they have met the needs of millions of Americans already. And I just believe that Vice President Kamala Harris will continue to work for the American people. She's not about an ego trip. It's not about what is in it for her. I believe that it is that her mindset, her heart, her work, her policies is for the American people. Now, if you are a person that says, well, she, as Vice President of the United States, has not done anything for Black people, Joe Biden, as President of the United States, has not done anything for Black people, then I would encourage you to write out your Black agenda. Like, what policies do you want the President and Vice President to put into place? Like, what's your Black agenda? What do you think they need to do? Right, get it in writing and get it to them, like send it to them, and let them know this is what you haven't done that you need to do for Black people. If reparations is your plan, then we need to vote in November, do your early voting, and then vote in November so that the right senators and U.S. representatives can be in place so that they can vote on reparations. Because reparations is not implemented from the President of the United States or the Vice President of the United States. That's going to have to be a bill, an act, a law that Congress passes. And then the President of the United States can sign it into law. So we gotta understand how this thing works. Congress has the right individuals, the individuals that are for reparations or for the Black agenda. They need to be in Congress, get voted in Congress, House of Representatives, U.S. senators, so that reparations can be passed, so that whatever else on the Black agenda can be passed. Okay, that's how it works, y'all. The laws are made in Congress, not in the White House. Let's just get that clear. So again, if you are a person that says your needs have not been met as a Black American in the United States of America, write your Black agenda down and get it to your House of Representatives, get it to your U.S. Senator, get it to the President and Vice President of the United States. So maybe you can have a conversation about how we can implement your policies and your plan. You can't say that they're not doing anything, but you're not offering solutions. That's all I'm saying. Yes, my name is Stephanie Humphrey, and I approve this message. Let me just tell you, I approve this message. So I'm done with that because I had not planned to talk about that. I'm done because I'm sick. I'm sick of Black people saying that Kamala Harris hasn't done anything for the Black people. First of all, she's not president of the United States yet. Okay, she's not there yet. And if you say Joe Biden hasn't, then look at all of the plans and the policies that he and Vice President Kamala Harris have put in place. Again, if it has not affected you directly, hopefully it has touched somebody in your life, whether it's your family member, your friend, your coworker, your enemy that you still talk to, whatever, whoever. Hopefully, like, I am not a diabetic, and I thank God for, but I know people who are diabetic that I am sure have, never asked them, but I'm sure they have, because they're diabetic and take insulin, have benefited from that $35 cap. I'm talking about the seniors. I don't know anybody personally who has benefited from their student loan debt being relieved, but I know of individuals that I've talked to in other spaces. Like, I don't know them personally, but that I've talked to in other spaces that they have had their student debt forgiven, and they have had family members and friends and coworkers who have had their student debt forgiven. Let me slow down because I'm kind of getting jumbled. I am just excited, but yes, y'all. So even though the policies and plans that they have put in place have not affected me directly, the infrastructure bill has affected me indirectly because, y'all, we need some better roads, right? Go, child. Potholes here and there. And so again, if you are one of those persons for the third time that say that our president, vice president hasn't done anything for you or for the Black agenda, then get your plan in place and take it to them. Get your grassroots organizing going on so that you can get what you want, or hopefully at least have a conversation with the leaders that be, with the powers that be, Congress, U.S. Senator in your House, U.S. House, a representative, have a conversation with them because they're the ones that implement, that introduce and pass the law. So start with them. Start with them. Start with you. And if you don't know who your senator is or your House of Representative, look it up, y'all. Get your voter registration ID. See what Congress what Congress district you are in, look it up and know who your local representatives are, know who your state representatives are. So when you have an item that you want to add to the agenda, whether it's at the county commissioner, city council, your U.S. senator, your U.S. House representative, like, you can talk to them, get your concern on the books. I'm just saying, we have work to do. We can't leave it up to our leaders. Like, if we see a problem, if we see a concern, if we see a need that needs to be addressed, then get your plan for it and implement it. Because certainly if it's on your heart, then God has given you the heart, the passion to do it. So get it done, doggone it, and stop complaining. That's all I got to say about that. I promise you I'm done with that, because all I'm supposed to be talking about today is Black joy. All right, y'all, we really talking about Black joy. We're going to be short and sweet because I'm trying to be off by at least by 7:30, no later than 7:45, because I got to get back to the DNC. Like, I watched a little bit of it before I came on, but I got to get back to the DNC. Hey, Mom. Hey, Aunt Wanda. What y'all sipping on tonight? Go on and drop it in the chat. Let me know what you're sipping on. I'm sipping on water and my alcohol-free muscadine. Okay, y'all, Black Joy. There is a young man by the name of Exarion Harris. And first of all, or before I continue, let me say thank you to Uncle Darnell for sharing all of these stories with me. I got 2 stories that he didn't share with me, but the rest of them, Uncle Darnell shared them with me. So thank you, Uncle Darnell. Shout out to you for keeping me informed about what's going on in the world, the things that I miss, the things that I don't know about. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm sharing some stories tonight of our young Black men and women, young Black people who are doing amazing things in the world, and so Black joy. So Exarion Harris, he actually graduated in 2022. So he graduated 2 years ago. But at the time that he graduated from, what was the name of his school? From Whitehaven High School in Tennessee. By the time he graduated, he had received $8 million in scholarships, y'all, from 100 schools. 100 schools between the 100 had offered him $8 million in scholarship. So this is what Exarion said. He said, "It would surprise me because I didn't expect a Black kid from Memphis to get stuff like that. I think it says a lot about me. I'm proud of myself. It shows that I'm dedicated, it shows that I'm a dedicated, hard-working person." I love that so much that this young man was able to get $8 million in worth of scholarships for him to 100 schools, y'all. He got 100 schools to choose from. I'm gonna tell you where he went in a minute, but he got 100 schools to choose from, and it seemed like he got a free ride to wherever he decided to go. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. But this is what he said again about his journey. This is what he said about his journey. Some advice that he has given about his journey. Mr. Exarion Harris says, "Being dedicated, you have to not only do it, but do it at the best you can do and be the best that you can be. Put in your full effort into whatever you're doing." Amen. Amen. I'm going to read that again for those who need to hear it and for the people in the back. Being dedicated, you have to not only do it, but do it at the best you can do it and be the best that you can be. Put in your full effort into whatever you're doing. That's an encouragement to me. Even 2 years later, he wrote this 2 years ago. Even 2 years later, that is an encouragement to me. And it was also noted in the article that I read that Exarion received the 5th highest amount of scholarships in the school's history, and he received the largest amount of scholarship money of any male student at the school, okay? So this Whitehaven High School is in Memphis, Shelby County, in Memphis, Tennessee. Mr. Exarion is on his 2nd year at Tuskegee. Well, let's see, going into, he did 20, 22, 23, 23, 24. So he's going into his 3rd year, actually, 2nd or 3rd year at Tuskegee University, which is an HBCU, no, historically Black college or university, for those who don't know. He is actually studying computer engineering at Tuskegee, and he will graduate in 2026, okay? 2026. So he's going into his 3rd year. He might be doing, I'm wondering, when I saw this and saw the years, because it normally 22, 23, 24, that would have been 25, but I'm wondering, is he pursuing a master's degree, like if there's a dual program that allows him to get his master's as well as his undergraduate degree that would keep him in for an extra year. I don't know. I didn't see that research, but it did make me wonder when I saw that he will be graduating in 2026 with a degree in computer engineering. Celebrations to Mr. Exarion. Continued success to you at Tuskegee in our university. Hallelujah. All right, story number 2, because I told you I'm trying to get us out here by 7:30. Story number 2. So this story actually came out some years ago as well. This young lady, Delia Marie Arana, she actually was 6 years old when this article was printed. She's currently 11 years old. But by the time she turned 6 years old, she had read more than 2,400 books, you all. That's probably about 100 times more than what I've read in my lifetime. But she had read by the time she was 6 over 200, excuse me, over 2,400 books. And so this is why her mom said, Miss Halima Arana, she said Delia, because it's a Y, Delia. I'm assuming it's Delia or might be Delia, actually started getting interested in reading when she was about 12 months old, listening to her older brother read chapter books aloud. So it was about 18 months when Miss Delia started to recognize the words in the books that her mother was reading to her. I think that's amazing, y'all. That's amazing. Exposing children to literacy at an early age will make lifelong readers and lifelong learners, in my opinion. So start reading to your baby in the womb and continue to read to them at least 15 minutes a day. At least 15 minutes a day. You can add that 15 minutes into your nighttime reading, your morning time reading, your lunchtime reading, but at least 15 minutes a day read to your babies, okay, you all? And so Miss Delia, she lives with her family in Gainesville, Georgia. At the time, her favorite book was The Pigeon Finds a Hot Dog. Let me turn to the next page to make sure I'm giving you the right information. Miss Delia was actually on Little Big Shots with Steve Harvey. And at that time, she said she loved dinosaurs and she wants to be a paleontologist when she grows up, meaning she wants to be a scientist who studies fossils, okay? A paleontologist. I tried to get my nephew when he was here, and he had me looking for those velociraptors that we captured, those 27 velociraptors that we captured. I told my nephew, I said, we're paleontologists. He was like, no, Auntie. I say, yes, we are. He was like, no, Auntie. I said, well, you're right. We're not finding fossils because we're actually finding real, quote unquote, real velociraptors. We were pretend playing, y'all. So anywho, we were scientists, I guess, or capturers of the velociraptors. So anyway, he was right. So moving on to Miss Delia. Let me see if there's anything else. So this is what Miss Delia said about reading. She said, just make reading fun. Don't make it a chore. I like it. Make reading fun. Don't make it a chore. If you're reading to your children, make the characters come alive by using different voices, by role playing within the storyline, of course, asking questions and asking your children, like, what do you think is going to happen next? Or what do you think the characters meant by what they said, or by this activity that they're completing? Or why do you think the friend is sad in the story, and how can the other friends help them to be happy? Like, there are questions or things that you can do. Those are some of the things that you can do to help support your children in reading. And make sure that you teach your children. This is the front of the book. I wish I had a book over here with me, but I don't. I actually have a journal over here with me, so I'm going to grab it. So when you have your children, tell them, this is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. This is the spine. Let them know what an author is. Let them know what an illustrator is. So teach them some basic things as they're growing up, and those are things that they will remember as they start school. And then you can ask them, which part of the book is this? They'll say the spine or front or the back. Well, this is a person that writes the words. Who are they? They'll say the author. Who is the person that draws the pictures? They'll say the illustrator. So there are different concepts that you can teach your children. Questioning them, inference, just different literacy skills that you can teach your children from a young age, so that when they get to school, they'll have a basic foundational understanding of literacy and be able to hopefully excel when they start school. So yes, read to your children, have conversations with your children, use different voices for the characters. I agree, Miss Delia, make reading fun. Ain't no need to be boring. Ain't no need for it to be a chore. Make reading fun. Okay, so that was Araya. I done gave her a new name. That was not Araya. That was Delia. Praise God. All right, next story, you all. This young man has published 6 books, y'all. So y'all know literacy, published author. Yes. So Nicholas Bauma, I'm gonna say it's Bauma. He has published, and if I'm saying your name wrong, Sir Nicholas, please forgive me. He has actually published, you all, 6 books. He's in 8th grade, so I'm assuming he's around 13, 12, 13. He's already published 6 books in his life. By the time he was 10, he had published 2 books, okay? And by the time he was 10, he had also founded the nonprofit Books Without Borders. They help supply underprivileged communities with books and school supplies. By the time he was 10, you all, this young man was doing community work, advocating for his community by providing book resources in the way of books and school supplies. Y'all can't tell me that y'all can't support your community or advocate for your community in some way. We got 10-year-olds out here doing it. We got 6-year-olds out here being examples for literacy and things. Surely we as adults can do it too, right? Yes, we can. In addition to being an author and enjoying books and reading, Nicholas enjoys playing chess, he enjoys basketball and golf. So let me tell you the name of the books that he has written in case you want to get it for your young people. So he has written Kayla and Kyle, The Walking Dictionaries, Election Day Volume 1. He has written Is Santa Really Real? He has written The Sky. Oh, wait a minute, let me come back to that one. He has written Kayla and Kyle, The Walking Dictionaries, Halloween Activity Book. It's a word search, spooky mazes, dots, and boxes, and tic-tac-toes. Tic-tac-toe. So that particular activity book is for ages 7 to 12. He has also, Mr. Nicholas has also written a story coloring book called Kayla and Kyle, A Puppy Surprise. Color, read, and learn new words with a walking dictionary for kids. And the last in the walking dictionary series is, so far anyway, is Kayla and Kyle story coloring book, Election Day, Color, Read, and Learn New Words with a Walking Dictionary for Kids. So there are 2 Election Day books, you all, that I mentioned that Nicholas has written that you can get for your children to help them learn about Election Day, the election process, voting, so that you can instill voting into them now so that when they become 18, they get registered to vote and begin to vote in primary elections and presidential elections, okay? So those are 5 of the books. The most recent book that Nicholas has written is entitled The Sky Is Not the Limit. Positive affirmations to help you rise above the sky. Come on in here, somebody. That book was released in February of this year. I looked on Nicholas's page, and y'all, I might get this book because it just sounds so good. I don't even know this young man, but I am so proud of his entrepreneurship. I'm proud of his community work. I'm proud of him as an advocate, and I am proud of him as an author. Y'all, he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. Wait a minute, am I getting ahead? Yep, he didn't stop there. I want to make sure I got my young men correctly. He actually now, you all, before I tell you about his series, 4 of Nicholas's books are actually in the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. Come on in here, somebody. I'm like, doggone it, I need to get some of my books in the Library of Congress. The 4 of his 6 books are in the Library of Congress, you all. But young Nicholas did not just stop at being a nonprofit leader, entrepreneur, published author. He also, you all, is executive producer of his own TV series entitled Nick's House. I watched a snippet of it today, but the first episode is available on his website at Nicholas, BUAMAH, I didn't want to mispronounce that, .com. So NICHOLASBUAMAH.com. The first episode is there. So support him by watching his episode. I think there's some information where you can donate to him so that he can continue to keep his TV series going. Y'all, he started 8th grade this year in Atlanta, Georgia. Continued success to you, Nicholas, in your entrepreneurship and you advocating for your community and you writing books and you producing and releasing your first TV series. Celebrations, congratulations, and continued success to you. Yes, Black joy. Woo-hoo. Black joy, y'all. Black joy all day. Okay. So the next story is near and dear to my heart because it is a story of a young man who was diagnosed with a learning disability when he was in school, y'all. This young man was in self-contained classes, which are special education classes, for a good portion of his educational journey. You all, when this young man left high school, he left high school with a 1.8 GPA. A 1.8. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? He left school with a 1.8 GPA, but it did not stop. Ooh, it didn't stop him, y'all. Woo! I can shout right now. It didn't stop him. So, Mr. Ronnie Sidney II is currently a licensed clinical social worker. Come on in here, somebody. He has a bachelor's and an undergrad, a bachelor's and a graduate degree, which we're going to get to in a minute. He is a professional speaker. He is an entrepreneur. He is a therapist. He is an author. He is an app developer, and he is a father. Come on in here, somebody. Your not diagnosis, but your educational placement of special needs does not have to define your future. And y'all, I'm so excited about this because when I was on the pre-K assessment team and parents would get the news that their child had a special needs or a special need at 3 or 4 years old, we would let them know. I would let them know because I knew this. Being an instructional assistant in an EC classroom, K through 2 and 3 to 5, I know. And then being a licensed educator in pre-K EC, I know. I would tell the parents, look, it's good that we caught this concern now because it gives us time to work with your child to get them to the place where they need to be or where you want them to be in their academic journey. And just because they have this placement, they were eligible for a development, or not for development, but eligible for a disability category. I think there's like 15, 12, 15, however many. They're eligible for a disability category right now at 3 years old, at 4 years old. That does not have to follow them for the rest of their life. They can get to a point where they can exit out of the program. They can exit out of the program. They can exit out of the special education program. You know how I know? Because we were able, come on in here, somebody, to exit some of our children out of the program. Now I'm talking about K through 2, 3 to 5, okay? Not my pre-K babies, because they were just getting started and I was building a good foundation with them. Hopefully by now, some of them have exited out of the program, but some of our K through 2 babies that we had, by the time they got to 3rd grade, we were able to exit them out of the program before the end of their 2nd grade year, and they started 3rd grade in a regular education classroom, like full time, and not just like pullouts and different, not pullouts, but not just in inclusion spaces like specials and lunch and some of their academic time. They were actually in a regular education classroom all the time. And so I would be able to share this information with parents during our pre-K assessments. And I remember one mother, when I shared that with her, she just started crying because she was like, gosh, thank you so much for sharing this with me. Like, just because this is their educational placement now does not mean it has to be for the rest of their lives. So y'all, when I read this story, I was so excited. Y'all, even though y'all don't know this young man, y'all can still celebrate a 1.1 GPA coming out of school, and he has gone on to graduate with an undergrad degree and a master's degree. Y'all can't tell me God ain't good. Now, I don't know if this young man saved or not, and it don't even matter. Y'all can't tell me God is not good. Okay, so let me talk about him. Mr. Ronnie Sidney II. So mom, I'm face drinking on some water. Hey, I'm about to take a sip of my water too, since we talk about water, praise God. Oh, and I spilled my water. That's why I bought my towel over here. I know I'm clumsy. I'm not trying to have to buy new technology no time soon. Hallelujah. So let me wipe up my water that I done spilled, being fast. Y'all, I'm talking so fast tonight. I don't even know why. I'm just excited. Okay, so let me slow down and calm down. Psych. All right, so Ronnie graduated from Essex High School in 2001. with his 1.8 GPA, he decided to enroll into J. Sargent Reynolds Community College in Richmond, Virginia. That next year, he transferred to Old Dominion University, where he received his science degree in human services in 2006. In 2017, he was actually honored with the Darden Award from Old Dominion University. They honored him with the Darden Award in 2017. The award is given to Darden College of Education alumni who have made outstanding achievements, which this young man has done. In 2014, Ronnie received his Master of Social Work from Virginia Commonwealth University. Go VCU. I do know a young lady that graduated from VCU. And I actually have toured the campus with our students. When I worked with Student U, we toured the campus with our students, our 9th and 10th grade students on VCU's campus. It's a really nice campus, y'all. And so he graduated from VCU in 2024, not 2024, in 2014. In 2020, Ronnie was featured in the Schaefer Court Connections magazine as a VCU alumni. As a VCU alumni, as aspiring alumni for their power issue. Okay, I know that was a lot, but he was featured in the Schaefer Court Connections magazine as a VCU, I'll add it together, inspiring alumni in their power issue. He was one of 200 that were featured in that issue, all right? So you all, after Ronnie graduated, he founded the Creative Medicine Healing Through Words program, y'all. Come on and hear somebody with these young men starting programs and nonprofits to help their community. So this particular program helped offenders, you all, helped offenders with expressive writing. Y'all, come on in. It helped offenders with expressive writing. This particular program was implemented at the Northern Neck Regional Jail in Warsaw, Virginia. Y'all, come on in here, somebody, because the power, y'all, words are so powerful. Words that are spoken to us, about us, whether positive or negative, they are powerful. And hopefully all of the negative words that have been spoken against you will no longer affect you. You will go forth in the powerful, inspiring, encouraging, great words that have been spoken to you. I pray that you will go forth in those in Jesus' name. And so you all, he started this program for y'all, for the offenders at Northern Neck Regional Jail in Warsaw, Virginia. And 6 months after 6 months of this program being implemented in the jail, Mr. Ronnie expanded the program into a company, y'all, into an LLC. Come on in here, Mr. Ronnie. The mission for his company is to improve participants' social, emotional, and physical health through therapeutic writing and dialogue. Words are so powerful. Spoken word and written word is so powerful. You all, I'm reminded of when Oprah talked about journaling. I think it was when she still had the Oprah Winfrey show. She talked about how powerful it was to just journal your thoughts, your feelings, like get all those out on paper, get those words, those feelings into words out on paper or on paper. Yeah, y'all got it. So yes, get those words out of you, get those feelings out of you, turn them into words, put them on paper, release them. And so, gosh, y'all, therapeutic writing and dialogue. I didn't get any statistics or any data about how this program have impacted the offenders that were a part of the program, but I feel very confident in being an author and a wordsmith, a connoisseur of words. I feel very confident that this particular program helped these offenders release any anger, release any fear, any anxiety, any whatever that they had concerning their sentencing, concerning their time in jail. I'm pretty sure it was therapeutic towards them, because when you can release your anger, your fear, your what insecurity, your whatever, and get it out of your head, get it out of your heart, get it out of your system onto paper, when you experience that release, it truly is a release. It truly is therapeutic. It truly is light loading, or load lighting, excuse me, load lighting, okay? And so let's continue with Mr. Ronnie. It says that Ronnie spent over 10 years in the mental health and academic counseling fields. And so in 2015, as I've already shared, he created the Creative Medicine Healing Through Words, LLC. He actually is a published author of Nelson Beats the Odds. You can actually find his book and purchase it if you would like to. It's called Nelson Beats the Odds. And it is a book that celebrates friendship, resilience, and empowerment. So Nelson is the book's main character, and it takes you on his journey of overcoming his learning disability, overcoming ADHD, and with the help of his parents and special education teacher, it takes you on the journey of him overcoming these obstacles in his life. Thank God for the parents, thank God for the special education teacher, thank God for Nelson overcoming, and thank God for Ronnie overcoming the obstacles that seem to have been in his way. Ronnie is also he's a best-selling author, and he's an award-winning author. So the first book, Nelson Beats the Odds, second book, Tamika's New Dress, third book, Rest in Peace, Rayshawn. I didn't look up the second and third books, so I'll have to look them up and kind of see what they're about. By the title, we know what it's about, but just kind of see what the cover looks like, and see if I can read a little synopsis of what the storyline entails, and maybe be able to read the first couple of pages of the books. And so all three books, Nelson Beats the Odds, Tamika's New Dress, and Rest in Peace, Rayshawn, the books inspire confidence in children, in particular children of color. It encourages a fondness for reading and a high-end level of social awareness. I love that so much. Mr. Ronnie's story, his purpose of his stories, or what he wants to do with his stories, is to equip kids with a broader understanding of America's current culture and climate. And Rayshawn, Rest in Peace, Rayshawn, was selected for the recommended book list for the 2018 In the Margins Book Award. Woo! Rest in Peace, Rayshawn Reloaded, I guess part 2, right? Reloaded. It was also an honorable mention award winner for the 2018 Young Adult Virginia Authors Award. Okay. I love this so much, y'all. I love this so much. I love this so much. So currently, Ronnie is serving on the advisory board of VCU's Center on Transition Innovations. The Center on Transition Innovations provides evidence-based resources and information, along with the emerging practices in the field. I'm assuming this is in the field of, I'm not sure if this is in the field of mental health, or if this is in the field of technology. I would have to look that part up. Excuse me for not having that information, but he serves on their board with this particular part of Virginia Commonwealth University. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look that up and see what it is, and I'll add it to the chat. Let me make a note, not add it to the chat, but I'll add it to the description. So let me make a note to add info to the description, because I'm just curious about it myself. So I'll add that information just in case it's something you may want to look up and learn about. All right, so I think I have two more stories to share, 7:20. So I'll get finished at 7:45. I'm gonna have to go to my 7:45. All right, so two more stories to share on Black joy. So you all, I guess this is all about the authors tonight. I didn't even realize when I pulled these stories together, it's all about the authors tonight, but that's great. So there is an organization, you all, or let me say it like this. This past summer, a young man by the name of Tevin Studdard, he is a musician and an author. He actually implemented the Literacy, Entrepreneurship, and Dreams program in Indianapolis this summer, the LEAD program. He helped 80 students, you all, become authors this summer. Actually, it said more than 80. So more than 80 students became authors this summer through the Literacy, Entrepreneurship, and Dreams program. This program was held at Frederick Douglass Park in Indianapolis. During the program, the participants were taught how to generate story ideas, improve their grammar, and master storytelling techniques. They also utilized a generative AI program to create the illustrations for their books. Y'all, I love this so much. I love this so much, you all. So when the children graduated from this LEAD program this summer, they were presented copies, or they were presented with copies of their newly published books. Oh my gosh, y'all. They actually had a celebration ceremony for the young authors to honor their hard work and their creativity in completing this program and writing and illustrating their first book. Oh gosh, this makes me so excited. Okay, Black joy, Black joy, Black joy, Black joy. All right, y'all, let me see if there's anything else I want to say about this. Yes. So there is a young mother. Her name is Dana Jail. So, I'm gonna say Miss Danny. I'm gonna put it short, Miss Danny. Miss Danny Yeckes. Her 8-year-old daughter Chelsea was a part of the program. Okay, Miss Danny noted that her daughter Chelsea loves books, both reading them and writing them. And so when she found out about this program, she was like, of course, I'm going to enroll my child in the program, because this is what she said. I thought, oh, this would be perfect because she'll actually have a published book. Her child, and good readers make good authors is what I've been told, y'all. And so Miss Danny, she enrolled her daughter into this program. And this is what she said about her daughter. She said that her daughter used to staple papers together, and she would say to her mommy, "Mommy, this is my book." And she would also bring those stapled papers to her grandparents so that they could read them too. I don't know what words she penned within those papers, but that was her book. And so, of course, again, when the program became available, Miss Danny said she would get her daughter enrolled so that she could have a published book, okay? And this is what Miss Chelsea said about the program and about her book. She said, I can keep creating books, but true impact is doing it for the next generation. I'm sorry, that's not what she said. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me go back. That's what Mr. Stutter said. Hold on, let me go back. Oh my goodness, hold on. I thought I had a quote of what Chelsea said. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to it. Okay, I was reading the wrong quote. So I'm gonna get back to Mr. Stutter's quote because that was his. Forgive me. Let me fact check myself in real time, right? So this is what Chelsea said. It's noted in the article that I read that Chelsea was excited when she got her book, and she said exercise time, which is the name of Chelsea's book, exercise time with Rosie. Exercise Time with Rosie. This particular book, before I get to her quote, the book is about Chelsea, or Rosie is a character in the book. It's about Rosie having fun, exercising time with her family and friends. See, y'all, if you do it together, you make it fun, your children will enjoy it. If you make some healthy snacks and healthy foods, do it together and make it fun, you can get your children to eat some healthy foods. Come on and hear somebody. So this is what Chelsea said. Let me get her quote right here. This is my first time doing it, and I'm really happy that my book is finished. It's also noted that Chelsea wants to create a series around her character, Rosie, in her first book. Her next book that she has in mind, she wants it to be entitled Rosie Does Ballet. So Miss Chelsea is already thinking about her second book, Miss Rosie Does Ballet. Not Miss Rosie, but Rosie Does Ballet. I love that. Oh, I love this so much, y'all. Okay, so let me get back to what Mr. Stutter, what's his first name? Tevin, let me get back to what Mr. Tevin Studdard said about this program that he introduced and implemented this summer. He said, because he is an author, he says, I can keep creating books, but true impact is doing it for the next generation. So giving them, meaning the attendees of the program, giving them the tools and walking them through the step-by-step process of it all, okay? So that's what he did with these 80 plus students to help them become published author. Mr. Tevin is hoping to expand his program, okay? He's hoping to work with, it says, some after-school programs and some sports programs is who he's hoping to partner with in the near future so that they can take advantage or be a part of this LEAD program as well. He also noted that he hopes to expand LEAD. And he is doing a series of classes in Indianapolis over the next few weeks. And he is hoping to take his LEAD program statewide. He believes that writing can open doors for kids, and he is excited to see what his LEAD program will accomplish in the future for young people. And I am excited to see it too, you all. He goes on to say, they, meaning the young people, of course, they got so much potential. Nourish it and just give them the tools to succeed. They're unstoppable. It's endless what they can achieve. And I agree with Mr. Tevin Studdard on that, okay? And I wish him so much success in implementing his program in the next few weeks, the next months, the next years, and getting it statewide. I'm so excited for him, and I pray that it goes nationwide and that it goes international as well, because I feel like there can never be enough literacy programs to support our children in their reading and writing skills. Literacy is all about reading and writing, and there are never enough programs to help students in those areas, okay? So I'm so thankful for the work that Mr. Tevin Studdard has done with these young people and is doing for the future, okay? So I think that's all I'll say about that. The last story that I want to share with you, y'all, I got two stories. I said it was two. It was actually three when I said two, and now it's down to two. So y'all, I got to tell y'all about Supernova, but before I tell you about Supernova, I do want to tell you about Janae Madison. She is a young author as well, right? And so she is actually a model. She is an operator for Glamour Girl Fitness, Inc., which brings awareness to health, exercise, and wellness. Miss Janae Madison not only is an author, but she is a former Miss Preteen Georgia, all right? She has authored the book Teen Girls Fitness Journal and Planner. This particular journal and planner are for teen girls ages, well, it says teen girls, but in the description, it says it's for ages 5 to 13. So I encourage you parents, if it says teen girls, fitness journal. So if you have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old, then check out the book to see if you think it's age appropriate for them. But it does say in the description, ages 5 to 13. And so when I saw this, I was really excited that Miss Janae Madison, she, I forgot to look up to see how old she is. Based on the pictures on her website, she looks like she might be about 14 or 15 now. And so I didn't look up the year that she released her journal and planner. I think it's been pretty recent, but she is all about health and wellness and fitness. And so I wanted to highlight her and share her book information with you, parents, in case you want to get it for your young lady. Okay. Yeah, so that's Janae Madison. She actually did a video about pool safety. Again, she's a model, and so you may even speak her. So she may be able to speak at your event to talk about her journey in health and wellness and her actually releasing this journal and planner. I didn't find it in the research that I've done today, but I'm pretty sure if you research her out, Janae Madison, you'll get the information for yourself. I'm pretty sure being a former Miss Teen, excuse me, a former Miss Preteen and being in beauty pageants, I'm pretty sure she remained healthy and fit during that time. She also has some cooking videos on her page. And so check her out, y'all, and just see the great things that she's doing. Maybe it'll be an encouragement or motivation for your teen or your preteen to become an entrepreneur or become an author or just get off the technology device and get out in the world and do something different, right? So hopefully it'll be encouragement for them. Okay, y'all, let me tell y'all about Supernova. Y'all, I was so excited to hear about Supernova, who is actually is he sick? I think he's 6 now, if I'm not mistaken. His real name, y'all, is Noah Jacob, but he has Down syndrome. He has a VSD heart defect. He has multicystic kidney concern and trisomy 21, which is a Down syndrome. So I shared all that information because his mom posted it on her social media. And so I remember when I saw Supernova, and now that y'all, he's a model, y'all. He has an ad in Target, y'all. Come on. I was like, go ahead, Supernova. And so I don't remember if his mom gave him the name Supernova. I think she did. But I remember seeing their journey when Noah was a baby, y'all, hooked up to all type of machinery. I remember seeing him because her mom posted their journey on social media. And so I remember seeing him and he with his little blue glasses. I think the glasses were blue. I'm remembering back. I think they were blue. Child, his little blue glasses with all the little tubes and things hooked up to him with his beautiful full head of curly hair. Y'all, when I saw that little Noah, I was like, he is one of the most handsomest babies I have ever seen. And so, of course, this was like 5 years ago. He's 6 years ago. He's 6 now, 5 to 6 years ago when I first saw him on social media. I don't even know how I got connected. I don't know if it was suggested or whatever, but I remember following him in his journey just for a little while, not long term, but just for a little while, and seeing his parents in the hospital with him and them supporting him and loving on him and other family members being present. And y'all, I just was like, man, that little Noah has been through so much, y'all. I don't remember when it was, but if I'm remembering correctly, I'll need to look it up. But if I'm remembering correctly, his family or him, released a book about his journey, if I'm not mistaken. Let me add it to the chat if they did, because I feel like they did, if I'm remembering. I know they did some t-shirts about Noah, and I'll add it to the description if it is a book. I feel like it was a book, y'all, but I'm going back 5, 6 years in my memory, right? But I do remember there were some t-shirts about Supernova and his mom talking about his some of his health concerns, in particular Down syndrome, being his superpower. And so you all now Noah is a model. Go ahead, Noah. So Noah is a model, and it is noted that Noah, his mom is Yami Johnson. And again, she started documenting his journey in the womb. Her and Noah's father did find out early on that he would have Down syndrome. Miss Johnson said that there were individuals that did tell her she should terminate the pregnancy because of this diagnosis. And she was like, no, oh no. She did not terminate the pregnancy. She had Noah. He did have multiple health challenges when he was little. He did thrive, but despite all of his health conditions, y'all, he did thrive. And he a model. I know I said it for the third time because I'm really proud of Noah, even though I don't even know him. I'm just really proud of him. And so no, okay, so it's Noah's. So yeah, so he's 6 now. So yeah. So he actually has a contract in 2023. He signed a contract with New York Models Agency. He has appeared in the Target ad, as I mentioned, and he has also, seems like there was something else that I saw. Okay, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was, seemed like there was something else that I saw. Okay, Stride Right. I knew it was something else. So Stride Right has also been consistently booking Noah for jobs. Over for the last 3 years, they've been booking Noah. Stride Right has, and so he has been doing some modeling and some work with them. And so I just want to note that Miss Johnson says. This is what she noted to her followers. She said, "OMG, I just want to thank all the followers nationwide who have posted or shared with me their pictures of Noah's poster, his Target poster. I am so humbled and thankful for this opportunity. It's funny how Noah is getting you to find a reason to shop. I'm also happy that my baby is doing what he loves, smiling for the camera. She put smiling in the camera in parentheses, and showing the world that with love and faith, anything is possible." Y'all, I love this so much, y'all, about Noah's journey. I'm so glad to have an update about Noah because, again, I followed his journey just when he was born and some of the surgeries, some of the health conditions and surgeries that he had, and to know that he's 6 now and he's doing well. Y'all, he still looks so handsome. Y'all got to see him still look so handsome. Y'all look up Super Noah, or again, his name is Noah Jacob, and just see pictures of him and check out his Target ad, child. His little Target poster. He's cutie pie on the Target poster too, y'all. And so his mom went on to say, "These companies are opening so many doors for our babies. It's amazing. I hope we can inspire more people to choose love and never give up on their dreams." Oh, I'm so excited, y'all. So Noah does have a new ad coming out in time for Christmas. So basically follow his mama, Yami Johnson, so that you can get the information about Noah's new ad that's coming out coming out in time for Christmas, coming out in time for Christmas. All right. I love it, y'all. Never give up on your dreams. And don't let any type of limitation stop you from reaching your dreams. I'm going to add that in. And so if you want to know more about Down syndrome, you can check out the National Down Syndrome Society. Oh, so good to get an update about Supernova. Supernova. Okay, y'all. And so let me make sure I've shared all that I wanted to share. Yeah, so that's all that I wanted to share about Black Joy, Black Joy, Black Joy, Black Joy, Black Joy. All right, y'all. I don't know if you all have, so I'm done with the stories for now. I don't know if you all have been watching the Democratic National Convention. I'm going to take a sip of my alcohol-free muscadine. So I don't know if you all have been watching the National Convention, but it's been good. And I haven't watched every second of every minute of each of the convention, but I watched a good portion of it so far this week. It started Tuesday, it ends tonight. So on Tuesday, I'm sorry, I am so wrong. It started on Monday night and it ends, and I was like, that wasn't right because it's been more than 3 days. Okay. It started Monday, ends tonight. So on Monday, some of the highlights for me, as far as those who attended and made speeches, was Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a representative for New York. Miss Stacy Johnson Baptiste, and Miss Doris Johnson, who are childhood friends of Vice President Kamala Harris. I enjoy what they had to say about her and the relationship that we have with her and how Vice President Kamala Harris supported them when they were younger. Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, Representative James E. Clyburn for South Carolina, Representative Jamie Raskin, Maryland, and Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas. Come on and hear somebody. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, check it out. I'll watch it on Roland Martin, Unfiltered on the Black Star Network. I was able to stream there with none of the commentation that you would find on the regular news outlets. I didn't want to see them, so Roland just played the Democratic National Convention straight through. So that's what I wanted, because I did turn on the TV, I think one night, and I was like, they're doing too much talking, click it off. And I still had Roland on one TV, clicked on the regular stations, the other TV, they was doing too much talking, so I was like, I'm gonna just go back to Roland, because I was trying to do some things in the living room. But I was just like, let me just pump up the volume, do what I need to do around the house, and then that was all good. All right, so on Tuesday night, highlights with Senator Bernie Sanders. Y'all, Representative Malcolm Kenyatta. He's a handsome man. I'm just gonna leave it. Every time I hear his name, I'll be like, hey, Malcolm, how you? He is a U.S. House of Representative in Pennsylvania. We also had First Gentleman Douglas Emhoff. He shared some things on Tuesday night. And yeah, we have y'all, wait, I forgot Joe Biden on Tuesday. How am I gonna forget President Joe Biden? Please forgive me, President Joe Biden. I didn't hear his comments, y'all. I went to bed like at 8:30, like I was like 8:30, so I had to go back and listen to it. And so I didn't listen to all of Monday night, but President Joe Biden also shared some remarks. He also spoke at the DNC on Monday night. I need to go back and listen to what he had to say. Because like I said, I was in bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I was like, I'm tired, so I went to bed. So I was listening to the rebroadcast. And so President Joe Biden Monday night. So Tuesday night was former President Barack Obama and Lady Michelle Obama. Yeah, she go back and listen to what she had to say. It was good. We on Wednesday night, Wednesday night was loaded. So Tuesday night, who was on Common and I think it was either Monday night or Tuesday night. I can't remember. Common and Jonathan McReynolds, they did a song together. Of course, Common rap, and Jonathan McReynolds did the hook. I can't remember what the song was, but it was a good collaboration. And so that was either Monday night or Tuesday night. Go back and watch both of them if you haven't seen them. Wednesday night was loaded, y'all. It was loaded. So we had Stevie Wonder. He's a songwriter, musician, singer. He actually said a few words of encouragement for us to vote and to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris for president, considering her track record and the track record of Donald Trump, who is the other major party candidate. He also sang. We had Mindy Kaling. She was she's an author. She spoke. Representative Hakeem Jeffries, he spoke. We know that he is a Democratic leader for the U.S. House. Speaker Emerita, Representative Nancy Pelosi spoke. Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania spoke. The niece and nephews of Vice President Kamala Harris, Alexander Hudlin, Jasper Emhoff, and Arden Emhoff, they all spoke together about their auntie. And they called her auntie, and I was like, oh, I'm an auntie too. All right, yes, I'm tripping, praise God. Amanda Gorman, the Natural Youth Poet Laureate, she recited a spoken word. Well, I think it was either a poem or spoken word. It sounded like a spoken word to me, but she recited poetry. Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland, he spoke as well. Pete Buttigieg, he spoke, and then John Legend and Sheila E., they did a collaboration together. We know that John Legend is a singer-songwriter. Sheila E. is the drummer extraordinaire. She drummed for Prince, and she's just amazing. She's, of course, done other collaborations with other artists. and she is absolutely amazing. So they did a collaboration, did some singing. And of course, she had her drum set out there. Come on and hear somebody. Amy Klobuchar, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, she spoke, and surprise, 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 y'all. Oprah Winfrey in her purple dress strutted on the stage, and she was not on the schedule. Yeah, I've been checking the schedule trying to see who's coming on. She was not on the schedule. That's why I say she was a surprise guest. And she shared some information about us voting in this election. It's not about me, it's about us, it's about all of us coming together to make a decision that will benefit our country. Praise the Lord. So the guest last night as well, Bill Clinton. Did I say Hillary? Okay, I got Hillary for tonight. So former President Bill Clinton, he also spoke last night, and Governor Tim Walz spoke as well. I didn't hear all of what he had to say, so I have to go back and listen to him as well. Tonight, y'all, it's Thursday night, y'all. I'm tuned in, but I got to get like tuned in where I actually hear what's going on. So tonight, Vice President, and so let me go back to Governor Tim Walz. He did accept the VP nomination. He did accept that. I feel like he did that. I feel like he did it early on. He spoke last night, but I feel like he did it early on. But anyway, he has accepted the nomination for Vice President on the Democratic ticket. Tonight, Vice President Harris will speak, and y'all, I'm gonna stay up. I got a little shady Monday night. I did stay up all night Tuesday. Last night, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all, I had my shoulder, my neck massager going, and I had my massager on my feet, and I just was in my recliner, and I knew better than to put my massager on. Like, it's this whole big massager, y'all, that I can like spans my neck, and then I do it on my. I knew better than to sit in my recliner and have my massager because I knew I was gonna fall asleep. So that's my fault. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the rebroadcast. Tonight, I'm gonna be doing everything I can to stay woke, because I know Tim Walz, he got up. I feel like it was like somewhere between 10:30 and 11 when he got up, and y'all know that was way past my bedtime. Tuesday night, I was struggling to stay up, but I did stay up. Last night, I stayed up for as long as I could, and plus I was doing some other work, so it helped me stay up longer. Tonight, I'm gonna be doing everything I can around this house to get I'm gonna do my weekend cleaning now, get it done early so I can stay woke, so that I can hear what Vice President Kamala Harris has to say tonight. Kerry Washington, actor, entrepreneur, director, all of the things that she does, she is hosting tonight. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say, because she is phenomenal and amazing. I really admire her work on the political scene. And so watch it tonight if you're not watching it. I really am excited to hear Vice President Kamala Harris accept the nomination and give us some more information about the policies that she plans to institute when she becomes president. Now, one thing I did do Monday night, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, with Monday night, was the roll call Monday night or was it Tuesday? I don't remember if the roll call was Monday night or Tuesday night, but I wrote down every number. I guess I just wanted to know, y'all, I wrote down every vote from every state and every Commonwealth. And so, yeah, so I wrote it down in my notebook. Where is it? It's like right here beside me. I'm not gonna give y'all the numbers, so don't fear. It's 7:47. I'm 2 minutes over. I'm about to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes over in a minute. But I wrote down the numbers because I was just curious as far as how many delegates from each locale cast their vote for Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. Let me put some respect on her name, VP Harris. And because it was just interesting for me to note how the states voted. Some of them voted present instead of saying yay or nay. Of course, the majority of them, majority of the votes was a yes vote, of course, because, you know, I forget how many votes that she had to secure to get the nomination. They actually did a virtual vote about, I think on September 7th or somewhere around there, they actually did a virtual vote. So she was already voted in. She received the number of delegate votes that she needed to secure the nomination for president for the Democratic Party. She already secured that, but they just did a a vote, because that's what you're supposed to do at your conventions. You do the vote, you know, right on the convention floor. And so they did it really ceremonially to get it on the books, because it had to be done, but ceremonially as well, because it was already done and she was already confirmed as the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. And so I'm going to be tuning in as soon as I get off here, so that I can hear and know what's going on and get my celebration. I'm going to take another sip of my muscadine. I want to say thank you for joining tonight as we discuss Black Joy and the Democratic National Convention. Whoever you decide to vote for, you all vote your conviction. Look at the history of all of the candidates that are running locally, statewide, and nationally, and vote your conviction. I'm voting my conviction. I encourage you to vote your conviction. Whoever you think will make the best candidate for this country, I encourage you to vote for them. Based on the history of both major party candidates, my vote is for Vice President Kamala Harris, because she has a history of working for the people. It's not a perfect history, y'all. None of us have a perfect history. Let's just make it clear. But she does have a history of helping her constituency. And so I know that she'll continue to help the citizens of America, the citizens of the United States of America. I know that she'll continue to do the work. I don't see a good history from Donald Trump. So I don't think that he will make a good president for our country, especially now that a lot of things have happened since he was president 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago. I just don't think that he would make the best president for our country. I don't think he made the best president then, but I surely don't think 4 years later that he's going to be a good president for our country. And so based on his history is why I will not be voting for him. Based on Vice President Kamala Harris's history, I will be voting for her. And I'm voting as Stephanie Humphrey, as Stephanie Humphrey, I'm voting for her. I don't mind sharing that with you, because it just is what it is and will be what it's going to be. And but I encourage you to vote your conviction. You vote for whoever you think will make the best leader of our country. In the your local elections and your state elections, vote for whoever you think is going to be best for your local community and for the state that you live in. Your senators, your representatives. Vote for who you feel is best, okay? Who's going to implement the policies that you want implemented, who's going to work for your family and your community, who's going to work for the benefit of all and not for self-gratification. Like I know in North Carolina, y'all, we got to get this thing right, y'all. We have got some individuals running for high positions in our state that I do not believe are best for North Carolina. Y'all look it up. I'm gonna leave that there. Y'all look it up for yourselves. Okay, I may talk more about them later. I'm trying to get off of here now, but we have a person that's running for the Department of Education, the State Department of Education, State Board, and who's running for I said the Department of Education before the Department of Education, that's right, and who's running for governor that I don't think would be good fits for North Carolina. I don't care what they say. Their history indicates that they would not be good for North Carolina. So if you do live in North Carolina, do your research. If you live in whatever state you live in, or I should say not if you live in, but for whatever state you live in, check out the history of the candidates that will be on the ballot in November so that you can vote for the person that you feel will be best for your area, for your community, for your city, your county, your state. I'm done with that, you all. I am going to invite you to the Pocketbook Exchange Fellowship on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. On October 3rd and 4th, we'll be right here on the Stephanie Humphrey channel at 7 p.m. On Saturdays, our in-person Saturday sessions for ladies only. Go to BeFreeMinistriesNC.org to get the information. Click on 2024 Pocketbook Exchange, I think is how I put it, and you'll see the information there. Aunties Against Abuse, Be Free Ministries is a host or a sponsor of the Aunties Health and Wellness events. They will take place August 31st and September 28th at 10 a.m. That's our community conversations. On October 12th and October 19th is our Aunties Health and Wellness Symposium. It is, all the events are for young ladies ages 5 to 18, helping them to be intentional about improving and enhancing their personal well-being. The symposium will consist of learning sessions to support the young ladies in their health and well-being. Topics like what to do with all these feelings, my mental health matters, hair and skin care, lean into it yoga. We have an exercise class that will be going on, exercise information in class that will be going on. Trying to think of some of the other topics, navigating bullying, building healthy relationships. Like, we have quite a few learning sessions for the young ladies to be intentional about improving and enhancing their personal well-being. If you want to know more information, go to auntiesagainst.org. If you want to be a sponsor of our event, join our sponsors meeting on August 31st at 11:30 a.m. You'll get information about aunties, you'll get information about the events, and hopefully you'll be willing and able to donate so that we can support these young ladies during these events. All the events are virtual, all of the events are free, okay? All of the information is found at auntiesagainstabuse.org. Click the wellness tab, click the symposium speakers tab, click the symposium, I think it just says symposium. It gives you the description of all of the sessions that we have, I think, on the symposium tab. I haven't checked it out in a minute. And also check out the sponsors tab where you can see our current sponsors and register for the sponsors meeting. Okay, that's all the information that I want to share with you. It's 7:55, so I'm 10 minutes over. But thank you all for sticking with me. I really love you and appreciate you so much for being supporters of the Stephanie Humphrey channel and the Stephanie Humphrey podcast. Go ahead and click that like button to let me know that you enjoyed this episode of Black Joy. Let your family and friends know that we are back on the first Thursday. I think I'm going to take a break next Thursday. On the first Thursday in September, we will be back. That is September 5th. We will be back on the Stephanie Humphrey channel, the Stephanie Humphrey podcast, with our Let's Talk About It Bible Edition series. Okay, y'all? Y'all have a wonderful night, a beautiful weekend. Be safe, stay alert, and be kind to yourself and everybody that you come into contact with. All right, y'all? Be blessed.